Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So this is daily race C for the week commencing Monday the 1st of August 2022. It's a group 4 race in more of an endurance format taking place at the Grand Prix layout of Brands Hatch. Personally, I absolutely love the circuit. However, I've just never been the best at the full layout. Indy track, however, I seem to do pretty well. But when it comes to the full track, just that extra section just seems to really catch me off guard. I've chosen here the Suzuki Swift Group 4. Front wheel drive, obviously, very good on fuel and very, very good on its tyre life. This race requires you to swap onto both compounds, both a medium and a soft compound of tyre. However, I am going to have an absolute failure of a race here. I don't really want to give away too much, but put it this way, I didn't actually swap my tyres at all. Basically, it just came down to I didn't read what we were supposed to do, and I tried to make a zero stop strategy work, and it actually did work very well. However, we are going to get caught out at the end, so a little bit frustrating that, but you know, I had fun, to be honest. It's obviously a 12-lap race, so it wasn't a sprint, it was an endurance. But honestly, I kind of wish Gran Turismo would allow us to not have to swap onto both compounds and just let us, you know, do different strategies, so we could see people kind of sprinting and you know, pitting, you know, 2 times or 1 time or whatever, or people like I tried here doing a zero stop strategy, you know, saving fuel and, you know, trying to get that car to the end on maybe hard tires, or like here I'm running on the mediums and the tyre wear was absolutely fine. There was no reason I had to swap, apart from the game kind of, you know, wanted me to and was going to basically force me to. However, I didn't, and I will pick up a minute penalty at the end. It's just one of those things. As you can see, lap 2 we've already had a few accidents, and this is a Subaru having an accident. He's actually going to have a couple throughout this race. He will appear again later. Now at this point I'm thinking, right, I'm going to go into fuel mix free. I'm not going to, you know, try and fight too hard. You know, I'm going to try and, you know, save my fuel. So the first lap I basically ran max performance, max power. And then I've gone on to like between fuel mix 3 and 4, but actually for the majority of the race, and it did work out very well. Every now and again when I'm defending, I'm going to run fuel mix 1. As you can see, we're just kind of bumping side to side here. So yeah, my bad, you know, it happens sometimes. But yeah, I definitely kind of wanted to make the car go as long as possible, and I kind of realised quite early on that I could actually get this car to go to the end. So that was actually my strategy, and we've got a Megane spinning round there. There's going to be quite a few Meganes in this race actually, as well as a couple of Suzukis and you know, some Subarus, and I believe there's a GTR at the back of the grid as well, and obviously an Alpha, which seems to appear in every race, and it's always an awesome sight to see. So yeah, it was just a case of just trying to, you know, extend my stints and go as long as I can. At this point we are still fuel saving, and I feel like Jeff was very eager to get past, but you know, I'm not gonna. I've held him up for like around about 2 or 3 laps. Really, it was quite close. And in the end, I've kind of just let him go. Obviously, I'm on a fuel saving strategy. He clearly isn't. It's the same with Dave here, who's going to try and join in the fun. I'm going to have a few laps of close racing with him. It's just a case of swap and swap positions. But you'll kind of see what happens with him later, as he's going to try and get a run on me here. He's clearly got more pace than me. I did kind of try and run fuel mix 1 out of the corner. However, as soon as I went back to fuel mix 3, he's really got the ground up, and I'm going to kind of just try and let him pass. Obviously I'm not going to defend too much, but you know, if needs be, I am going to, you know, kind of get my elbows out. But I've sort of let him through there. He's got the inside line. There's no way I'm going to, you know, be able to really defend him pace wise. I was kind of looking for the inside line, as I kind of thought, you know, maybe I've got a chance up there. However, I didn't, and I'm going to kind of just sit behind him here, and he's going to basically go on his merry way, or at least I thought so anyway. He is going to sort of appear again, I believe, later on towards the dying stages of the race. And yeah, so at this point I'm basically just trying to slipstream really. Obviously I'm on a completely different fuel mode. I have not got outright pace on the straights. Obviously I'm getting absolutely slaughtered, so to have a bit of a push up the straight is really handy. The guy behind me, Matt, as well, I'm actually going to have a few good lap battles with him. Obviously, still at this point I'm thinking, do you know what, maybe I should actually pit. Do we have to pit? As another McGann's gone off up there, up ahead. But yeah, I mean, at this point in the race I was kind of thinking maybe I do have to pit, but then I thought, do you know what, I'm just going to wait it out and see if we can get away with zero stop. And I especially thought I was going to pull it off as Dave runs wide, and I'm going to switch to fuel mix 1 at this point actually, and just trying to get the run on him, and we're going to manage to just get past him as he slots in behind us. So yeah, towards the end I saw a few cars pit in with like really low fuel, and I thought, do you know what, maybe we don't actually have to pit. And that was kind of my idea. I thought, do you know what, yeah, I'm gonna manage to get through. But yeah, it kind of backfired as Dave again is sticking with us on lap 7. He's gonna just nudge us wide, you know, a bit of a shame really, because I had some pretty clean battles with him. As Ramirez in the Megane is going to come up the inside, I'm going to sort of just run a bit wide, but this is going to give me the inside for the next corner, and we're going to keep that position for now. But I know these Meganes have got insane pace, especially throughout the race. They were really quick. So I'm going to sort of just hold him up as much as I can. Obviously I'm on a different strategy. I'm not knowing who's pitted, who hasn't pitted. I just know like some of the front cars had pitted at this point, without too many other people really diving into the pits. As Ramirez is going to get through, it's looking like he's got it done. He's actually going to run a little bit too wide, and I believe he clipped the gravel there, so we're going to get the inside line into this right-hander. Are we going to manage to pull it off? At first I kind of thought, you know what, yeah, I've done this. However, that Megane has some serious acceleration, and he does kind of like squeeze me a little bit there. You know, I don't know if he just didn't know I was there. Some of the camera angles don't really give you that feeling. But you know, we're going to kind of have to just give him the position at this point. I tried one up the inside, didn't have the pace to keep with him, and he's basically going to go on his merry way, and I think we're going to see him towards the end as well. So a Subaru comes out of the pits, and I'm thinking, right, am I going to be able to make a move here? He's going to run wide, he's going to hit the side of me, and I'm going to take damage. So at this point the car's handling is absolutely terrible. It's wobbling all over the place. It's you know, really a struggle to kind of keep it in a straight line. Obviously I told you that Subaru would make another appearance, and I've been holding Matt off for, you know, quite a while now. He has been gaining on me, and I'm kind of just thinking, right, you know, I've got to, you know, try and hold him off with damage. This is going to be a problem. But you know, I did kind of manage to sort of keep him there for just a little bit longer. As we come into the final few laps here, I'm just going to move to the inside to cover that off, but he's not even bothered about using the slipstream on me. So lap 11, and I've got a whole heap of cars that have pitted behind me, and my strategy here is to hold them up. Obviously in my head I'm doing a zero stop. Obviously I know that's going to backfire, so yeah, it's going to kind of move us down at the end. But I was kind of impressed with myself, you know, I was like really buzzing. But it's kind of funny to think that, you know, we're all human, we all make mistakes, and maybe I should have paid a little bit more attention. But I am going to try and keep these two Meganes and this Subaru behind me. I feel like I've done a great job kind of defending positions, and then, you know, kind of know when to let people by throughout the whole race. As there was a little bump there between the Meganes. I'm actually going to run over there, and I believe the lap later on lap 12 I'm actually going to receive a penalty there, as so does Matt, as you can see, for track limits. It's a little bit sort of hit and miss. Sometimes you run it loads and don't get nothing, and then I've seen, you know, drivers throughout this race, and the one I did actually after, you know, run it and, you know, end up with penalties and such. As you can see, I've got the half a second penalty at this point, and the Subaru and one of the Meganes has made the way past. So now I'm just defending from Matt. I know we've both got a penalty, and I'm thinking, you know, it's going to be a sprint to the finish, and all of a sudden I think, am I saving my penalty? You know, that's a bit early, isn't it, surely? And basically the car ran out of fuel. I'd done a little bit too much defending, and right before the line the fuel has run out, so we're just going to be left crawling. Absolutely embarrassing. But I do see the funny side as Jeff comes up past us, and I believe Dave is as well. I believe he just pips us to the line. There we go. And then obviously to finish it off, We get a whole 1 second penalty for not serving the half a second, which the game actually didn't let me do. And then also we're going to get the minute penalty. Overall, we ended up P12, so well done PA for making up an extra position there, I guess. Yeah, an absolute disaster of a race.